Hi, it's Heather. Thanks for joining me today. Our first DIY is going to be using a burner cover from Dollar Tree. And I had one that I'd already painted for another project, and it was a light cream color. So I took that, and then I took a napkin and decoupaged it onto the inside of the burner cover. So the one I had has a whole bunch of fall words on it that you can see there. And I did have it for you to see, and something happened to the video. So all I did was separate the two plies of the napkin, and I put the Mod Podge down very lightly on the layer on the whole inside of the cover, and then I just laid the napkin down around that. Now I took some little wood pieces, and I've got the bigger circles and a smaller one, and those are going to be our little pumpkins. So I painted two of them to kind of match my colors for this season. I'm just getting those laid down, and I used some little sticks from my yard for the stems. And now I'm just going to make a bow to go on the other side. And I'm just doing a layer bow. So as you can see, I'm just crisscrossing all the different textures and colors that I want to be in it. And I had this mesh kind of fabric that was in the Halloween section at Dollar Tree, but I just couldn't get it to look right, and I ended up cutting most all of it out of the whole bow because it just wasn't how I had dreamt it up in my head. So it will be used for something else. But I just kept going around until I got all the pieces like I like them in the right length. And then I'm just going to glue it over on that other side. And I ended up feeling like I got way too big of a bow. I kept cutting it down, and I even cut it down even further from this. But by the final picture of it, you'll be able to see what I ended up with. I did take a little orange bow to put on top of the messy bow, just to bring in some of that brighter orange. Tell me what you think of my new overhead camera system. My fiance won a camera and light kit from work, and it has just been awesome. It was exactly what I'd been wanting, and I think it makes it a little easier so you guys can see what I'm doing. I won't always be from overhead. Occasionally there might be something I need to do from the side, but so far I'm loving this new way. So as you can see, once I got the bow on, I cut out the word blessed on my Cricut, and I just didn't have any vinyl, so I just used paper and pieced it on. But you can draw it, or if you find a little metal word or anything that would fit on there. Here you can see where I trimmed that bow way down. And I did put a hanger on the back, so this can be hung up. And just something a little different. Our next project is going to be using a Dollar Tree pizza pan, and I'm sure many of you have seen these calendars that Dollar Tree has out right now. There's several different styles, and I used this one for our project today. I took the one that I wanted and I just cut out the best I could in a full circle. It's not quite big enough to do, but I'm going to be putting some other things on it so that it won't matter. It won't show when I get finished. So I'm just taking some of the super glue from Dollar Tree and putting a layer around on the whole paper so it covers the bottom of the pizza pan. And then I'm just going to take some of this nautical rope, also from Dollar Tree. So far this whole project's been Dollar Tree, I guess. And we're just going to put down a layer of super glue all the way around, and then I'm going to take in the hot glue gun and also use that to hold it in place. And I'm just going to keep going around, putting some glue and then holding in place for a second before I work my way the rest of the way around. And you can use any of the different images that you like from any of the calendars. I used this one because it's got those colors again that I'm using for my fall decor. And I haven't gotten tired of them yet. I've been using them a lot and I'm still loving them, so that's good. So I'm going around this pie pan twice. That way it will hide where you can tell that it was a little too short to cover the whole bottom of the pan. And I'm just going to tuck those down in there with some glue. And then I wanted to add a few things to finish it off. I was trying to decide what would work the best. I really liked leaving the silver around it because it looks cool with the tires being the silver metal part too. And I ended up putting some lamb's ear up across the top with a little daisy in the middle. And I did put a hanger on it. And I've got this up in my entryway right now. And that completes this DIY. Our last DIY is going to be this fall topiary, and we are going to make it with pumpkins. So we got these 3 pumpkins. I've gotten them all at Dollar Tree. 2 of them were this one, and the first one were from last year, and the little orange one off to the side was actually on a pick, like a floral pick last year. So I'm just painting over one of these stripes on this pumpkin to match my decor better. I'm going to leave the one plain and just do one of them in aqua. So you can decorate up your pumpkins however you want and just kind of experiment around with any 3 that maybe graduate a little in size as they go up. And I'm just going to let that dry. And then I'm going to put some floral foam into this vase I have. And I got this at a thrift store, or my mom gave it to me, one of the 2. So you can use whatever you have that your pumpkins fit into. And of course, it's all going to depend on size. If your pumpkins are a lot smaller or a lot bigger, you just go with the flow. Then I got these cute florals from Dollar Tree. One is the greenish blue maple leaves, and then this one is the orange and peach looking leaves. And I'm just cutting them off close to the stem And I'm just positioning them here to see what kind of a pattern I want, how many I want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to use my glue gun. Now I did not glue the floral foam clear down in the base of my vase because I do want to be able to take this out and switch things out for the holidays. But if you're going to keep it permanently, you might want to put some super glue down there or some E6000. I just glued this top one to the bottom floral foam that I had, and then I'm just going to hot glue these leaves on. Now my bottom pumpkin, of course, is the biggest one, and so it's going to take up most of the space, so I just wanted some leaves peeking out. If you want down in the comments, let me know what colors you're using this fall. I just think that it's great when we can use other colors to match our decor instead of just the traditional. They're putting a lot more decor out that fits a whole bunch of different colors, so that's awesome. So now I'm taking a shish kebab skewer and I'm poking it through the first pumpkin that goes on the bottom. So you are going to want probably some foam pumpkins unless you just stick them together. But I ended up just skewering on the top two, or the bottom two, and then the top one I just glued with my glue gun. And this is how it came out. Thank you so much for watching with me today. Let me know which of these you like the best down in the comments. And let me know more about yourself. I like to get to know you all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.